Hi, welcome back to Meteorology 101. Tragic news this evening in Texas with the ice storm that went through. Um, got reports of 6 people have lost their lives due to this ice storm. Over 100 cars involved in a pileup. Let's go have a look at this thing. Quick video from ABC. Some of these pictures get pretty rough on this traffic. Got semi-trailers rode up on cars, and this thing was black ice, freezing rain, black ice. Couldn't see the roads had ice on them, and people pretty much piled up on each other. So we'll go look at a sounding and see what happened here. Get out of here. First thing I like to do is pull up a thickness chart. Let's see where that 540 line is. We can see if that 540 line stretches across Texas, and where that snow rain line will be, and get an idea of what's snow and what's precipitation on this radar. So I'm going to go ahead and build a thickness chart. This will just take a second to come up. Then when you look at some surface plots, we'll look at wind directions. We'll see how that inverted trough has progressed, and if any other low pressure systems we can detect on the surface chart. And then we'll go take a look at the models and see what systems do develop, or what the models are picking up as to develop, and then see what other systems are coming through. So according to this thickness chart, there's the 540 line is well to the north. So that is our rain snow line. Anything to the south of that should be rain, but we know that's not the case. We have this high pressure system pushing all the way down into Texas, just strong ridging all the way into Texas. We have reports of snow, looks like in Oklahoma and Dallas Fort Worth. That's just low cloud conditions now. We got all that snow has moved out, or that freezing rain has moved out of Dallas now. It's starting to push to the south. You look at the temperatures, we have a 31 degree in central Texas, 28 degree right around Dallas, and 42 degrees along the coast, San Antonio. So if you had to place a front, we could separate this air mass. We could pretty much draw that right through here. Let's go ahead and place our fronts real quick on this chart. That's being the thickness. Let's go start a surface chart real quick, and get a little bit better with our idea with our isotherms. So we'll do sea level pressure. Right there, the surface plots on there. You can see the strong ridging going all the way down into Texas. That inverted trough still, it's right over the Appalachians now, pushing all the way to the north up into southern Virginia. So you can still see convergence. That's actually just winds on each side of the mountain. But snowfall in the higher elevations. Up in the northwest, you have a lot of snowfall in the higher elevations also. Now we do have that closed low over Southern California, and we do have the rotation in the winds to prove that. So there's a low pressure system there. So if we throw our isotherms on here, we should be able to see some thermal advection, which we do here. So we got warm air advection. So if we had to place our warm front, we could go right through that trough, bring that to the south, and then that would just drop right into a cold front. And then with the high pressure system, any cold air being pushed north, but a lot of this is barotropic now, so really not a lot of thermal advection going on. There's some weak stuff, but you still have that this ridging or this troughing going on, and that's pushing over that high pressure system that's on the surface. We'll pull a sounding for Dallas Fort Worth, and we'll see what kind of air mass, get a vertical layout of that air mass, see what we got going on there. So, but if you look at these temperatures down in Texas, you got 34 degrees, 31 degrees, and 42 over here, 48 to the south, 65 down in Mexico, 59 over New Mexico, 55 New Mexico, and then right across the border there into Texas, you got 29 degrees. So if you had to basically, you got a warm air advection and then this cold air, this separation between that warm and cold air right over through there through the panhandle of Texas just to the south, and then bringing that it's really not a cold front. I guess it could be like a cold front undergoing frontalysis. That just means it's dissipating. So just basically a frontal system just to separate this air mass. Now if you look at these winds out of the north in Texas, that's offshore flow, and then we got a southwesterly flow, then a southeasterly, then an easterly flow. So now we're looking at like we got rotation in that trough. So this trough, the winds are blowing this way around that trough, and then right ahead of that trough is where we have a rotation. So it looks like, like I said, if we had a stationary front or a front that was undergoing frontalysis right across that region, then we talked about in yesterday's video with the 500 millibar vorticity chart, you have any upper level divergence, you got rotation, then you can get a low pressure system develop along that front. So that's possible. That's happening right there with that easterly wind pretty much proving rotation in that area. So we could get a low pressure system pop up right there. At one point the chart is showing the models are showing a low pressure system developing in the Gulf, but I think the one that actually develops in the Gulf is to next Friday. But we do have a system coming through here in the next couple of days, and then another one first of the week, and then another one after that next Friday. So we got 3 more systems that are going to be pushing through. But as far as Texas right now, we got all that cold air advection, cold air just dropping to the south, all the way down into Texas, dropping these temperatures down below freezing. So we get a look at the sounding. We can pull Dallas and see what we look like on this air mass. See how high that cold air extends to in the upper levels. So let me get that up real quick here. Alright, here's the sounding for Dallas Fort Worth, and we have 2 freezing levels, one at 900 millibars, which is about, I think, 3,200 feet. One right just below 700 millibars, which is around 10,000 feet. And then just a big warm layer. So anything that falls, any precipitation that falls from this upper level, any saturation we have at these levels, which we're saturated pretty much all the way up to just about 10,000 feet, probably about 9,000 feet or so. And then, so any precipitation that falls out of that, it's going to fall through this warm layer. It's going to be rain, and then the freezing level closest to the surface is at 900 millibars. That's right around 3,200 feet. So anything that falls through that cold layer, that's where our cold layer is going up to. It's going to be frozen precipitation. So this is a 12Z chart. That was 7 o'clock this morning. So as this air mass modified in Texas, then we could have got this warm layer actually been a little bit thicker, or this freezing layer be a little bit thinner, and then get that freezing rain. So if you was freezing on the surface, but any precipitation that fell through this would fall as rain and then become super cooled before it hit the ground, and not quite make it as snow or ice pellets or anything, and then freeze on contact and then cause all that ice on the surface. So that's likely what happened there in Fort Worth. And being people in the South, they don't, they're just they're not acclimatized to these conditions, and they don't have any way to treat the roads or snow removal equipment and stuff like that. So pretty much there probably wasn't any salt on the road or anything, and it was just turned out just ice. And then being freezing rain, it's just black ice, so they can't even tell it's there until it's too late, and then they're just sliding, and you have no control whatsoever at that point. So they just pile up on each other. So let's go back to, let's pull up our surface chart real quick. We already did this with the thermal advection, so let's see what's going up in the northeast here. We got low pressure system, probably just upper level jet pulling all this moisture onshore. And then let's go to the let's go look up here in Virginia. We know we got snow throughout the mountain range. That inverted trough moving through that area. Low ceilings, low visibility, snowfall in West Virginia, and moderate rain over in Norfolk, and looks like rain right there through Virginia. So this, most of this stuff looks like rain. We can pull up the radar, pull up an actual radar, and see what precipitation types it's showing us. And then let's go to one of the radars. Let's go look at the radar down here in Texas. Let's see what kind of reports we've got for that icing and freezing rain. Alright, so here's the snowfall. So we got freezing rain. This was reported. It says 1 fatality accident on the Big Creek Bridge on State Highway 7. And showing 0.01 inch of freezing rain in that area. And with a fatality on a bridge. The got a half an inch of freezing rain reported by a train spotter 6 miles northeast of Bertram. That's Burnett County, Texas. Over a half inch of accumulation of ice. And it says large limbs down also. Definitely the trees in Texas aren't used to all this ice. So you look at alright, here we got a couple other ones. See, Llano, Texas, train spotter, half inch of snow, quarter inch in Austin, Texas, Travis County, and Lago Vista, we got a quarter inch of freezing rain also. So pretty much quarter inch of accumulation all through this area, quarter inch to a half inch. We got some, looks like in Burnett there's some pretty heavy stuff coming down right now. Let's go and play that loop. All moving to the northeast, right over the high pressure system. It looks like it's dying out. Mostly rain to the south. But I think what we showed with yesterday's models was the high pressure system just continue to push through, and then maybe having a potential for freezing precipitation all the way pretty much to the coast. So we'll see if it actually gets that deep. Alright, let's shoot over to the east. See what kind of precipitation we got. Pretty much rain to the south, a little bit of snow. Still up in Texas, north of just southern Arkansas. Still rain, just scattered rain showers to the east. And we're already in Alabama. And that looks like a pretty widespread rain showers throughout Alabama. Alright, we got Columbia, South Carolina, or Columbia, Georgia. That is looks like flooding. Reported minor street flooding in Lewiston Road and Columbia Road in Evans. Shooting up into South Carolina, all rain. Raleigh, Durham, pretty much all of North Carolina, it's all rain. And then looks like in Virginia, you get over toward the mountains, that's where you start seeing some of the snowfall. Now we're getting to our mixture there. So where we're seeing that 540 line. Let me go back and pull that up real quick, and I'll do that off screen for a second. Let that run. Get this radar back up now. So Northern Virginia, what is that? All snow, maybe some freezing rain, and some moderate snowfall. And push it over into DC, Philadelphia. I don't see anything there. And then Pennsylvania, southern Pennsylvania. So pretty much got all the snowfall just like right around the mountain range and up to the north there. So we got the thickness chart. We have that 540 line going right through Northern Virginia. So that's pretty much where we've seen that rain snow mixture. So everything to the south of that looks like rain, and except for in the higher elevations, you obviously will get snow with the lower freezing levels up there. So up to the north, we have just this high pressure system, but it's really modified with all that moisture. And there is some snowfall being reported all the way through South Dakota. It's like Wisconsin, Chicago, and Iowa. See if there's anything here. And a little bit in South Dakota. So that's pretty much what we're seeing all through this, just scattered snow showers, low visibility, maybe some low ceilings. And that one station is reported 1.5 inches of snow right there. So, like I said, 540 line going through the central U.S. all the way across. And obviously, you got a cold pocket down here with this high pressure system just pushing to the south. These low pressure systems, that's what we need to look at. Let's go pull up some models. Let's see what we got coming up. So we are showing the mixture in the mountain range, snow to the north, and pretty much all rain to the south. And then we're still showing that little bit of mixture in Texas, maybe that freezing rain, and then snow to the north. The models are picking up pretty much through South Dakota, Nebraska, all through Iowa. So initializing a little bit strong on that. So let's see what we got for. Let's move this thing forward. Now snow well to the north of Michigan. I want to see if that low pressure system pops up over the Gulf, and then looking at Northern Virginia mixture there, and then that just goes away by 18Z, 1 o'clock Friday afternoon Eastern time. Got the low pressure system over the mountain range to the west. It's southern Wyoming. And then most of that rainfall is just pushing off the coast down over the Gulf of Mexico. And there's that low pressure system we're talking about possibly developing. That is 12Z on Saturday. So 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. Low pressure system going closed. And then it takes away the low, puts a low over Mexico. But let's see if that comes back. Comes back into the Gulf of Mexico Sunday morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, overnight there. And now we got the low pressure system just shooting off right across the panhandle of Florida and then off the coast. And it looks like producing mostly rain. Now, we may be able to if this plays out right. See if with that low pressure system, if we have any other major interaction there, we have to keep an eye on it. If we get any severe storms over the panhandle of Florida. So we do have another snow system over here over the panhandle of Texas and over Oklahoma. Pretty much that high pressure system over Canada right now, 1,048 millibar high, pushing to the south. And then that's just cold air ridging down into the lee side of the mountains over the panhandle of Texas. There's your snow. That's causing the lift. Any moisture. We had that low pressure system that was over Southern California, and we did have some warm air advection there. So that's pushing over that cold air, and then any precipitation that falls through that's going to be snow. So now we just got a big looking like some moderate, possibly heavy snow over New Mexico and pushing into Texas now. So right back into the mixture. This is where we were talking about. This is Monday, 12Z at 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. Monday, that is where we're talking about the mixture, the freezing rain, the ice, snow over Texas, moderate to heavy snow in Texas, and then but all that freezing rain all the way to the coast, all that icing all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. So now we get the mixture line moving north. Low pressure system right there developing over the Gulf, coming up to the northeast. And then you have that high pressure system to the north, pushing to the south. Again, just the ridging, and then the warm air advection overrunning that. The same scenario where we're in. Again, we could look at a big, another big freeze event for icing event there for Kentucky again. So Kentucky's getting hammered here on these storms. And then Ohio, southern Ohio, through the Ohio Valley, the tri-state region there, that looks like some moderate snowfall. And we know the models underestimated all that last time. So, you know, in the way this thing's moving, looks like it could underestimate that again, because you're looking like you're going to be in that snow band for a little bit longer. So, and then that low pressure system just pushing all the way to the northeast, and now we're getting, you know, heavy snow through Pennsylvania, and then through New England area with that low pressure system. Then onshore flow. Now your winds are out of the northeast. That is considered a nor'easter. That's why it's a nor'easter. Winds are out of the northeast, onshore flow up there in those northeast states. So that was going to be pretty interesting. That is Tuesday evening is when that's in the northeast. So if you live in the northeast, there's the heaviest stuff. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday Eastern time. And then looks like another snow event developing. Texas getting icing again. Rain in southern Texas. A mixture through central Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, and looks like some moderate, light to moderate snowfall again, once again. And that system developing pretty good there again. So another band of freezing precipitation stretching all the way from Ohio all the way down into Texas. And that is Thursday, overnight Thursday, 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time on Thursday. Snow to the north over Missouri, the southern half of Missouri, southern Illinois, and Indiana. And that snow band stretching all the way down into Dallas, into Texas. And continuing, then finally pushing to the northeast, this low pressure system over Alabama. Let's go back that up just a second. That's a low pressure right there developing right. It's closed. There's a closed isobar right there in off the Gulf, over the Gulf of Mexico, and then becoming a low pressure system over Louisiana and pushing up into Alabama, and then having a pretty strong wraparound moisture, warm air advection, and then possibly some pretty heavy rain right there through Alabama all the way Tennessee, all the way up into Kentucky and West Virginia, eastern Ohio, and then you're looking at Um, a mixture freezing rain, maybe some ice pellets. Just that mixture band coming in right after that, and then there's a snow band to the north of that over through Illinois, Missouri, all the way down into Texas, and then that low pressure system continues to push to the northeast. And another pretty significant icing event. Looks like a significant icing event in Ohio. So this is for Friday, February 19th. That's 1 o'clock in the morning. So overnight, Thursday night. And then snowfall with the wraparound moisture, and then all the freezing rain and ice in northern Ohio and over the Great Lakes region. So, and then moving over to over New England. So then that low pressure system pushes off, and then there's some residual wraparound moisture pushing all the way through Ohio, Indiana, and some heavier snow over the Great Lakes. And that pushes off for Friday evening. So it looks like most of the day Friday. So this is all the way Friday morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, all the way to 7 o'clock Friday evening, and then 1 o'clock Saturday morning. There's still some residual snow in the Appalachians. Then you got a low pressure system, looks like over southern Montana, pushing to the lee side of the mountains, and pretty much in the higher elevations in the northeast, you're getting that moderate snowfall. And then just some isolated snow showers over the northeast United States. And then looks like a pretty long streak right there going through North Dakota, stretching all the way into Michigan. High pressure well to the south over Florida. And then that low pressure system we got here, the lee side, looks like a lee side low, pushing to the northeast and developing as a maybe like a clipper coming across Wisconsin, northern Michigan, the Great Lakes region. And that's keeping all the snow to the northeast, and New York getting pretty much covered in snow, and the New England area. Now we have another low pressure system, another Colorado low right there out of eastern Colorado, northern New Mexico. Snowfall in the mountain in the higher elevations, and then that low pressure system looks like it does develop and then gives some wraparound moisture and another freezing event. This is more into Indianapolis, then all the snow to the north, northern Illinois, northern Indiana, stretching all the way back into Kansas and Missouri. And then moderate to heavy snow northern Indiana, northern Ohio, and then it looks like some rain, mostly rainfall for the Ohio Valley region with that low pressure system, and then mainly some rain there. So depending on those temperatures, that rain, how thick the warm layer is, if that rain's gonna fall as a warm rain process, cold rain process, or is it going to help melt some of the snow? Now this is far out, pretty far out, 288 hours out. It's 18Z, which is 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time on Tuesday, February 23rd. So this is pretty far out there. Now, as that low pressure system gets off the East Coast, you get the wraparound moisture, the onshore flow over the New England states. Massachusetts looks like all the way into New York, it's just cranking some pretty moderate to heavy snowfall over the northeast once again. So they're going to get hit pretty good again. And then it will continue through Wednesday, overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. And then finally pushing off the coast, and then Massachusetts getting the brunt of it there at Wednesday morning before it finally pushes off. So, but then there's another low pressure system that just pops up right there in northern Missouri. Looks like rain, mainly a rain snow mix, and then just another snow band. I mean, this is just going and going and going. So then it looks like for the Ohio Valley region, the tri-state area, it looks like rain in this event too. So Then we got some wraparound snow over eastern, northern Ohio and West Virginia over the mountain range. So it looks like mostly the mountain range getting most of that snow. We back up one. Looks like rain and then going into snow. I mean, I wouldn't rule out any snowfall for southern Ohio. I mean, that's just one little hit there that's in the green. But this is 0Z Friday, February 26th. Overnight, Thursday night, February 25th into the 26th. And then you're just right back, wrap around moisture, onshore flow, and New York just getting clobbered once again. So, and then the whole, the Northeast just getting hit with that onshore flow, and looks like a pretty well-developed system once it gets off the coast. So, I mean, this is just system after system after system. This far out, this thing goes 384 hours. Saturday, February 27th, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it looks like possibly high pressure dominates on the eastern United States, and we might see some sunshine. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up, and let's see how all this plays out. We'll keep you posted, and we'll keep going with it.